All present? Then let us begin. We have received the details of the impending operation. In what promises to be the largest single counteroffensive in the realm's troubled history, the Alliance will strike at every Imperial Stronghold standing upon Eorzean soil. As might be expected, the operation will be complex, but you need not commit its intricacies to memory. It is enough that each man understands his part and plays it to the best of his ability. The finer instructions you will receive at each staging point. To begin, let us review the distribution of our forces. From west to east, the Maelstrom of Limbs of Lominza, the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah, and the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania. Next, let us examine the locations of the Imperial Strongholds. Near Limbs of Lominza, we have Castrum Obsidians, situated in the eastern Vilebrand, and Castrum Meridium, which lies to the south and east in the midst of the Rotano Sea. Near Ul'dah, we have Castrum Meridian to the north, and the coastal outpost at Cape Westwind, which connects Castrum Meridium to the mainland by means of a Magitech transporter. Near Gridania, we have Castrum Oriens, which lies upon the eastern edge of the Twelvewood. And finally, in Mordona, stands Castrum Sentry, a thorn in the heart of Eorzea. The forthcoming operation will see Allied forces assault each of the aforementioned locations with the ultimate objective of destroying the Empire's new weapon, housed within Castrum Meridian. As one might expect of the Black Wolf's seat of power, Castrum Meridium boasts all but impenetrable defenses. If we are to breach it, we must needs isolate it from its sister strongholds. To do otherwise would be to risk being caught twixt hammer and anvil. The operation will comprise 4 distinct phases all told. The first shall see us eliminate one of the Black Wolf's most trusted lieutenants, Riditin Sas Arvina. According to our intelligence, the Prefectus is due to visit the Imperial outpost at Cape Westwind for an inspection. When he arrives, we shall dispatch an elite adventurer unit to eliminate him. Sophie, we would have you lead this assault. Riditin is a peerless field tactician. Shorn of his leadership, the garrison at Castrum Osens will be as a snake without its head. Phase 2 will see us sever Castrum Meridian's primary line of supply. As soon as Riditin's presence is confirmed at the coastal outpost, the Maelstrom will lay siege to Castrum Obsidians, Man, who named these things? At that very hour, the Limson Armada, helmed by the Admiral herself, shall move to blockade Castrum Meridium. Meanwhile, in the Twelvewood, the Order of the Twin Adder will surround Castrum Oriens. And they'll have the Sylphs to help them. Frixio's been waiting for a chance to avenge these ones. Phase 3 shall see us neutralize Castrum Meridium's defenses. Forming our main thrust, the Immortal Flames will march against the stronghold with all their strength, while the enemy's eyes are thus drawn outwards. Another elite adventurer unit shall infiltrate the Castrum. Its mission, to disable the Magitech build generator, which protects the Praetorium, a fortress within a fortress wherein the ultimate weapon is believed to be held. Sophie, we would have you take command once more. Meanwhile, the Order of the Twin Adder will blockade the railway which connects Sentry and Meridium, preventing the timely arrival of reinforcements from Mordnona. A wise precaution, the monstrous locomotive which runs back and forth between the two castra is capricious enough to transport a small army, by all accounts. It is well the Guardians did not think to give it wings. Once Meridium's defenses have been compromised, the operation will enter its fourth and final phase. This will see the Immortal Flames enter the stronghold and suppress the remnants of the enemy garrison, allowing Sophie's unit to pass unopposed into the Praetorium, where they will locate and destroy the ultimate weapon. By this feat shall the operation be deemed a success. In addition to the Grand Companies, we can count upon the support of a variety of other parties, from the Pirates of Limsa to the Monastrists of Ul'dah. In all, the operation will involve no fewer than 12 major factions. Legend holds that the Archons were 12 in 1, and 1 in 12. The Archons being the gods, basically. It is for this reason that our grand endeavor has been dubbed Operation Archon. Countless free companies have also pledged their swords, and more join us by the day. At long last, all of Eorzea is rising as one. As before, we Scions shall work in concert with the Grand Companies. Ida, Papolino, Y'shtola, pray accompany your respective organizations on their missions. Urianger, I would have you represent us in Ul'dah. Reassure the financiers that they made a sound investment. When that is done, pray return here and aid in the coordination of our forces. Tataru, please assist Urianger in any way you are able and ensure that everyone is kept abreast of the latest developments. Minfilia, Sid, and I shall accompany the main host in an advisory capacity. It will be our task to analyze intelligence as it comes into our possession and make the necessary recommendations to command. As Alphino mentioned, you are to lead the elite unit of adventurers whose task it will be to see each of Operation Archon's main objectives fulfilled. Yours is the most important role of all, because you are the Warrior of Light and the main player of the game, and therefore we have to make sure that you get to the center stage, and like to be the most dangerous. Pray choose your party well, or use the party finder, and stint not in your preparation. The battle for the future of the realm is about to begin. Together, let us show the Black Wolf the power of a united Eorzea. Pray, report to the Immortal Flames encampment situated to the north of here, when you are ready to be briefed on your first mission. I cannot stress this enough, but please be careful. May you walk in the light of the crystals. So I feel like it's worth pointing out that even in that plan, just the way they described it, the Immortal Flames are kind of like the laziest of the three companies. Like, this very first part, instead of sending the Immortal Flames, they're sending a bunch of adventurers, which, you know, this is right here in their backyard, but they're not going to go in themselves. They're going to send some adventurers in. You are welcome, Sophie. And, Sophie, oh god, I can't talk anymore. You are welcome, Sophie Hescaris of the Scions. As communications officer, it falls to me to issue you your orders and provide guidance on the forthcoming mission. Your first mission is to infiltrate the Imperial outpost at Cape Westwind and eliminate Prefectus Rititin Sas Arbina. All participating units are now in position and awaiting your arrival. Please proceed to the staging point and report to Lieutenant Adalbert. This is but the first step in our bid to purge the realm of the Garlean menace. I shall pray for your success. So yeah, this giant war against them, and the first thing they're going to do is they're going to send in a bunch of adventurers. So go team adventurers. Instead of sending in the Garlean, or sending in the Immortal Flames. And then after that, the Maelstrom is sending in their units. So they're going to take 2 bases. The Garleans are going to take a base. Or not the Garleans, I keep saying the Garleans. The Maelstrom is going to take 2 forts. One of them's in the middle of the ocean, so they kind of have to take that one. And then the Gridania is going to take one in the 12th wood. And then the Immortal Flames, instead of going into the main base in their area, are going to send the adventurers in again. Like, the Immortal Flames aren't doing anything. They're just like chilling out. Bunch of lazies. So, you're Sophie Hiscaris, the fearless adventurer who's to lead the assault. We've been expecting you. Our Maelstrom friends report that Rititin Sas Arbina departed Castrum Osins a while ago. And sure enough, a convoy of Imperial airships landed here just now. The likelihood is high that our target was aboard one of the vessels. I've dispatched scouts to verify his presence before we strike. Command to all units requesting status report. This is Antlion. Target has not been sighted. This is Antlion 2. Likewise, target has not been sighted. Antlion 3 here. We've got nothing for you neither. This is Antlion 4. Nothing to report as of... Wait. Disregard previous message. Target sighted. I say again, target sighted. Understood. Hold your position. Attention all units. This is Lieutenant Adalbert Cotter. The first step of Operation Archon begins with us. Should we falter here, all hope of victory will be lost. 'Tis no small burden, which is why we're sending adventurers, but know that I believe in all of you. So believe in yourselves, and together we will blaze a path for our brothers and sisters of the Alliance to follow. We will create multiple diversions and disperse the enemy garrison. That should give your people a chance to breach their defenses. Go now, Sophie, and bring us Rititin's head. May Ralgar grant you strength. Commence diversionary maneuvers. So I never really felt like they did enough to explain the story behind Rititin. They just kind of hinted at it a bunch. My assumption is that he's somebody that was in the from another country and joined the Empire, whether by choice or by being forced. And in doing so, he fell under Gaius's command, and Gaius respected him enough to give him a leadership role, and he's always felt like he didn't deserve it because he's not from the Empire, I guess. I don't know. Fun story about Cape Westwind. I got a fun story about Cape Westwind here. This did not used to be in the roulette. Technically, it is now your first trial, but it was not in the roulette. You would sit here, see it says 10 minutes right now. If you couldn't find people, you would sit here for over an hour, and I did one time on one of my characters before this was in the roulettes, because nobody does Cape Westwind ever. There's no reason to. You don't get any loot. Like, there's no loot at all. There's no reason to do it except for the main story quest. And so you would have to wait until enough people were playing the main story quest to do it, or you could beg enough of your friends to do it with you. It was miserable and terrible, and it's really good that they added it to the trial roulette, because otherwise no one would ever do it ever again. And it used to be a hard fight back in the day. People joke about how easy it is now, because it's super easy. But back in the day, it was actually kind of hard. Like, it wasn't terribly hard, but it was decently difficult. Now it's a joke, you'll see. It would appear we have unexpected guests. Now, where have I seen you before? Ah, but of course, the woman who felled the mighty Titan. This is the Icon Slayer? I see. Commotion without is not but a diversion. Allow me to hazard a guess. By eliminating me, you hope to undermine the garrison at Occidens? A bold strategy, to be sure, but have you the strength to see it to fruition? Leave us. None of you are a match for her. Send word to Castrum Occidens. Tell them the Laminsons are coming. At once, my lord. "15 years have come and gone since Lord Van Belsar first set foot in Eorzea, yet his ambition for the realm burns as strong as ever it did. Know you what fuels it, adventurer? The desire to deliver the people from their suffering. The lands he has conquered were all beset with problems. Poverty, starvation, lawlessness, and strife. My homeland was no exception. Had my lord not reached out and claimed it for the Empire, it would eventually have destroyed itself. But under his sage leadership, my people enjoyed such peace and stability as we had never known, and he only desires the self-same for the people of this realm. Under his rule, Eorzea would be free from the shackles which bind it, the shackles of false faith. There would be no feeble leaders to misguide the masses, no icons to bleed the realm dry. True peace would reign, and the people would be free to live their lives without fear or persecution or oppression. Should you doubt the truth of my words, I bid you look upon me. I am no son of Garlemald, yet Lord Van Belsar saw fit to raise me to a station of great honor. He measures a man not by his birth, but by his worth. Such is the sense of justice. By the grace of his excellency, I am where I was born to be, upon the field of battle. He has given me a noble cause to fight for, and worthy adversaries to smite. I am not wont to bear my steel needlessly, but if you are deaf to reason. In the name of Lord Van Belsar, I, Riditon Sassarvina, do swear to strike you down. So yeah, this fight's pretty simple. It used to be hard, but it's not hard now at all. everybody's strength and gear level is so much higher now that it's not even like it's not even a fight anymore. He's going to summon ads. Well, he doesn't really summon them, they just show up. There they are right there. And what you used to do is you'd have one tank up here tanking him, and then the other tank would stand in the back and grab the ads and hold the ads while everybody else beat this guy up. But now it's just easier to it's just easy, so much easier. Like, he doesn't even do any damage, really. Super easy. Forgive me. I have failed you. Lord Van Belsar! That light! The Magitech transporter. Sophie, are you there? What news of Riditon? Fallen. With this deed, you have sown the seeds of our ultimate victory. The fading of that light presages an end to the Empire's tyranny. Riditon sends Arvina is no more. Let the next phase of Operation Archon commence. Hurrah! Hooray! We're happy. Tis I. It seems you've done it again, Sophie. I'd raise a tankard to you, but I'm afraid we've no time to savor the victory. There's still the small matter of infiltrating Castum Meridium and destroying the ultimate weapon. I know. No rest for the paternally gifted. Preternaturally gifted. I don't know why they use that word, but whatever. You know what? No rest for the gifted. How about that? Just the gifted. I'm just gifted. Now, stop feeling sorry for yourself and make your way back to the Immortal Flames encampment. The communications officer will issue you your orders. I'll be waiting for you at the main host. Look, Heidelin, your minion comes, bringing the light. Alas, the gate to the void already stands open. Soon, darkness shall consume all, and you shall bow down before the one true God. Laughter!